One, there's a mentor that has to be willing to give themselves to you, to educate you, to provide you those tools so that you can better yourself. But the other end of it, the other street, is you have to be willing to be mentored. And I know early on with me in the fire service, I knew everything. I couldn't be mentored, right? I had a super big personality, a big ego, the biggest voice in the room. And it took me a very long time in my fire service journey to understand that I didn't know jack shit, right? So for you, not to get too personal and close, but like early on for you, because I thought you were going to be a little bit younger than you are, I was going to ask, being mentored, were you open and willing to be mentored? Because I find a lot of kids in my firehouse today, they're like I was. They know it all, and they're not willing to be mentored. And that is a big problem today when you shut yourself off and you're not willing to learn and watch and understand what's happening around you.
When I got on the job, I wanted to know everything. I wanted to be the go-to, right? I would get anxiety if I was like, man, I don't know how to do this. They might ask me to do it. No. But we lacked a lot of mentors. I mean, Liggins is over here. Captain Liggins I always loved working with the guy because he was always willing. Yes. Where is he? Right there. He looks he's gotten fitter since he's retired. But that was an anomaly. And I remember I went through the firefighter thing hard. Like Joe and I was talking about it. I was probably not pleasant to be around.
What do you mean the 5-year firefighter thing?
I know it all, dude. 5 years on to the job. I've been to a couple fires, dude. I got this, man. You know, you get a little swag about you. And then I realized it was easier. And what I would always see is guys would sit at the table and, you know, they motherfuck somebody. Oh man, that guy sucks. That guy sucks. Until one day I heard someone say, well, did you say something to him?
Right.
Did you do your part? And I think that was my motivation going forward was I wanted to be that guy that was able to get to that new guy when he was, you know, into the job and enthusiastic before they go to the bad house, before they get bad habits and all that. You catch them early on because I felt like I had lacked that. You know, I got to cruise and you remember old, very, very famous line press. I would go, hey, LT or hey, Cap, can I pull a line today? And they're going to go, you're going to pull one on a fire later. I'm like, all right, I'd like to be a little bit better at it now. And I would thought myself, and that was one of the things that pushed me to think about promoting because for a long time, I'm like, I'm just going to say a firefighter, I'm going to say a firefighter, is to always be that yes. It's easy to say no.
So easy.
And it's easy to sit at the table and say, that probie's trash. We don't have to deal with them kicking down the road. It's like, they're not going anywhere, right? If you only have so many people, right? I would prefer someone showing up and knowing what they're doing. And that's one of the cool avenues, like with teaching with N6, is you have the ability to learn something and turn around and make it better. We're not competing against each other. Yeah, we talk shit, right? That's what we do in the fire service. But if I know something that can make your day easier, why are we not sharing it?
I love that.
You can have 30 years of experience and it means nothing if you walk out the door and you didn't share that with anyone. And the same thing about buying, right? There's a difference between 30 years of experience and you experienced the same thing 30 times. You just showed up, did your shift, and you left and you weren't paying attention. You go to fires every day, and if you're not, Liggins is something else he told me, if you're not reflecting on those fires of what I could have done better, you're not getting anything from it.
Yeah.